Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Carl D'Souza. Welcome to my YouTube channel. What's up guys? So in a previous video we looked at how to use the list records action inside Power Automate in the Common Data Service connector. So that's really cool to be able to retrieve information from Common Data Service environments. What we're going to do in this video, I'm going to take it one step further. Within that same list records action, there is a FetchXML component. We can add FetchXML queries and retrieve the records that way. Pretty cool, right? So let's take a look at how to do it. So last time we looked at the list records action in the Common Data Service connector for Power Automate. Today we're going to take it one step further. We're going to look at the same connector. This time we're going to look at how to use FetchXML inside that connector. So as you know, FetchXML is a way to retrieve data from Common Data Service environments such as Dynamics 365. Let's go through an example of how to use this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our flow. So I'm going to go here and open a web browser. Let's head over and go to flow.microsoft.com and we're going to create our Power Automate flow. Let's wait for that to sign in. And make sure, of course, that once this loads, you select the correct environment that you want to create your flow in. So that's in the top right over here. So I am in the correct org that I want to be in for this. So next step is to create a solution. So this is very important because we won't see the correct connector that we want to use unless we do it inside a solution. So there's two Common Data Service connectors. One is just called Common Data Service, and the other one is called Common Data Service Current Environment. And that's the one that we'll be using. That one has a little bit more functionality. So to get to that, we need to create it inside a solution. So go to Solutions and let's create a new solution. And let's give this solution a display name. And I will call this FetchXML Example. And you can select whichever publisher. I'll just choose the CDS default publisher. Make sure you have a version, and that's it. Click Create in the bottom of the screen. So once that is created, we can go into the solution, and let's click New, and let's add a new flow. So now we have the flow canvas up. We're ready to create any type of flow that we want. First thing we want to do is tell the system how we want to run this flow, right? So let's do something real simple here. We're going to use flow button for mobile just to trigger this flow. So I'm just going to click on this. You can search for it if it doesn't appear in the top of your list here. And we're going to say manually trigger a flow. So now that we have this, we're telling the flow, okay, we're going to trigger this manually. What do we want to do now? So we're going to add a new step. So let's click Add New Step. And this is where the Common Data Service will come in. So you can see actually here I have the Common Data Service connector, but that's not the one I want. I want to find the current environment one. So let me search for Common Data Service. And we see here we have this second one with current environment in brackets. Let's select that one. And now we have a whole bunch of actions that are showing up here, right? So we're going to use the same list records connector that we looked at previously. I'm going to click on that. And as we saw before, this connector is used to query a Common Data Service environment, pull back entity information, and then once you get that information, you can do anything you want with it. Let's do an example where we are selecting data from accounts. So I'm going to select accounts here. And clicking on Show Advanced Options, we see here that we get this FetchXML query, right? So that's cool. That's the one that we're going to use, right? But what we'll want to do is we need to build out our query, right? The way that I like to do it generally is to use the FetchXML Builder. So let's go and do that. So here is the XRM Toolbox download. If you haven't used the XRM Toolbox before, it's pretty awesome. All you need to do is go to the URL to download the XRM Toolbox. I have a link on my website. and you can download it, extract it, run it, connect to your common data service environment, and then you'll be able to build FetchXML queries and a whole host of other really cool plugins that run within this framework for developers, right? Or even end users, and of course administrators. So double click on the XRM Toolbox.exe file. So this is the first screen that we are presented with the XRM Toolbox. You can see actually here I have used the FetchXML Builder recently. First thing to do is to connect to your common data service environment. So in the bottom left here, I actually have a connection set up already to my environment. So I'm just going to click connect here, and it will get me connected right into the environment. Of course, if this is the first time you're using it, go through the same steps to add a connection and just enter your creds in to your Dynamics 365 org or your Power Platform org, and it will connect up. So you can see here in the bottom left, it's connected successfully. And if we go to configuration and tool library, you'll see here that there's a whole bunch of tools that you can download with the XRM Toolbox. As I mentioned, the one that we're after is the FetchXML Builder. So if you type in fetch in the search here, you'll see this is the one that we're after, FetchXML Builder. So it's a very useful tool. I'm just going to open it from here, and then just click continue, and I will be now using this against my common data service organization. Okay, so let's create a new FetchXML query, and for the entity we want to select account. So I'm just going to go ahead and select account here, and that will at this point this is going to bring me, as you can see here, the top 50 accounts in my org, right? So that's kind of okay, but let's add a condition here. Let's say that I want to retrieve the accounts that have a revenue of greater than $1 million, all right? So in order to do this, I can add a filter and add a condition. So just go ahead and right click on this entity here, and let's select add filter, and then we are going to add a condition for this filter here. And the condition is going to be, let's search for revenue. So I'm going to search for revenue as an attribute, and the operator is going to be, let's just say, greater than. So we want ones that are greater than $1 million, so let's type in 1 million. Okay, so we have this here, and we can see that our query is being built at the top here. That's really it. Let's just go ahead and execute it, and we'll see the results that we get back. So we have a bunch of records that have come back, perfect, and then we want the FetchXML for this, so let's just click the view and FetchXML, and we are presented with the FetchXML code. So very useful. So we're going to grab this, copy it, and let's go back to our Power Automate and just paste that into the FetchXML query section. Okay, so let's save it and run it. I'm going to click save. So to test out this flow, we're just going to click test here in the top right. We'll just wait for this to come back after it's saved. All right, here we go. Let's click test, and we will perform the trigger action ourselves. Save and test, and we will click run flow. And let's go over to the flow runs page to take a look at what we have. So as I mentioned before, this is a when you're building out flows, it's nice to kind of add connectors one at a time and add actions and just see what the results are before you go ahead and do the next step. Then you can kind of build out your more complex flows that way. So this is going to show us the run history here, and we will select the first one. Here we go. Let's click run. Let's click select. We can see that our flow ran successfully, and we have 2 green checkboxes. Perfect. Let's click list records, and we have some outputs.
with a status of 200. Okay, so that's great. We're getting a success back. Now let's go ahead and do something with this, right? So what we can do is let's just go and edit this, and we will add a HTML output this time so that we can see the results, right? So let's click New Step. And what we want to do is search for Create HTML Table. Okay, so let's type that in here. Create HTML Table. So that's the one we want there. So just select that one. And our from here, if we click on our from, we will use the value that's coming out of our list records. And let's just take a look here. So we have columns we can select as automatic or custom. Let's just go ahead and create a custom column, and we will display the name of the account and the value of the account, all right? That's going to come out of our list records from our common data service environment. So I'm going to call the header of this column just name, something very simple. And I'll put the account name here from the dynamic content, all right? So that's coming out of our list records, and that will be dynamically created. And same deal with revenue. I'm just going to type in revenue as the column header, and I'm going to search for revenue here, and annual revenue is the one we want to display, so let's just pick that one. And that's really it. Let's click Save, and we will test this flow by clicking Test once again. Save and test. And run flow, and let's just go and see how this flow looks. All right, so we see that our test succeeded. Let's click on the flow itself here that ran. Let's take a look at the results, and we see that Create HTML Table has run successfully as well. And there is our output. So we can see that all these accounts here have a revenue greater than $1 million. So you know, the main point here is that we can use FetchXML within our list records connectors now for Power Automate. So that's very, very useful. A lot of developers who have backgrounds in Dynamics 365 are pretty well versed with FetchXML. You know, it's been around for such a long time, and there's a lot that you can do with it.
So that's it, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course check out my blog at carldesouza.com. Thank you.